Y'all crazy. I'm just telling you, this game comes down to this right here.
I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
He makes a lot of money doing it. And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Floyd Mayweather might be arrested after a $42 million swindle, according to Leonard Ellerbe. He acknowledged that things don't always go as planned and stated that business tactics don't always work. According to reports, Ellerby claimed that Mayweather's main goal is to profit on any platform available, regardless of the repercussions or difficulties encountered.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best. Especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50, they just passing these kids through. So it's a lot of stuff to worry about. But people online seeing what Floyd did or didn't buy, I just find it weird on his end that you still feel like you got to announce every move on social media. And that's his biggest reason why he going broke and why he gonna be broke. He want to keep up with the Joneses. At some point, even, Bill Gates ain't really never lived that lifestyle, but Steve, at some point, they scale it back. They had their fun. They probably bought the dream car, dream house, dream bitch. They had the fun, but they realized, okay, let me scale it back. At some point, you can't live your 40s and 50s like you 20 and 19. You can't live like that. It's okay. I don't really need a house in Cali or...
Mayweather has continued to show off his money on social media at the age of over 50. Critics contend that he is on the verge of financial collapse because of his continual displays of wealth. Many think that his practice of posting about every ostentatious acquisition and accomplishment on social media just serves to further his demise. Others even forecast that he will go bankrupt in the future.
Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York.
The $42 million Mayweather invested in purchasing buildings hasn't worked out. Floyd is not the sole owner of these properties, according to Business Insider. Lavish, true proprietors of the buildings are still the same, despite what he says. Additionally, Floyd's business plan has not yielded the anticipated profits, exposing a flaw in his otherwise opulent lifestyle.
Floyd that basically gave him $1 million came out to Vegas and they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you're saying doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being, you could whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, they moment passed and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. There's a lot of people who may be in position around a Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship, and he's not saying, hey man, it ain't fuck you, champ.
Leonard Ellerbe has been a longtime friend of Mayweather and has seen personally how Floyd conducts himself in the business realm. One of Floyd's main promoters, Ellerby, has witnessed Floyd's strategies, particularly with regard to money management. Floyd's claimed failure to compensate Gervonta Tank Davis for his earnings was one of the main problems. Floyd's financial side ethics have come under increasing scrutiny as a result of this.
Welcome to In This Corner.
Breaking news, Leonard Ellerbe has stepped down as CEO from Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather acknowledges Leonard Ellerbe, but also says that they will now be joining forces with Richard Schaefer. Why do you think Leonard Ellerbe stepped down? Is it really the end for Mayweather Promotions? As many people say, lots of their fighters have now walked away from the promotional company. Chime in, tell me what you think.
Leonard Ellerbe decided to resign as CEO of Mayweather Promotions after observing Floyd's behavior over time. Growing discontent within Floyd's inner circle is highlighted by his departure, especially with reference to Floyd's business management and treatment of those close to him, including his failure to fairly compensate them for their services.
Gervonta Davis, but I seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful, and there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, his wing, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him.
Gervonta Davis's exit from Mayweather Promotions, which raised questions about Floyd's managerial approach, was not an isolated instance like Leonard's. But Floyd played the incident down. By asserting that he made Tank a millionaire and that it was Tank's choice to go, Floyd's public disdain only served to increase conjecture over the true causes of these exits.
We got options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Floyd Mayweather has a reputation for flaunting his wealth by lavishing money on everything from clothing to cars. The boxer proudly displays his wealth on social media, showcasing his lavish lifestyle all the time. However, many have questioned whether his extravagant spending is sustainable in the long run, particularly in light of his contentious business methods.
Or is that something that you can't disclose
No,
right now?
he has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison.
And Paul recently vowed to sue Floyd for underpaid millions and said he would see Floyd in court. Logan's remarks were scathing, asserting that Floyd would ultimately be imprisoned for his failure to pay. Floyd's apparent financial irresponsibility and propensity to ignore contractual responsibilities are further illustrated by this public dispute. Floyd Mayweather has been involved in legal issues. Due to his prior incarceration, he has a difficult relationship with the law.
It goes on where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you...
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I got to ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he...
Are we talking over $2 million?
It's about...